Hey everyone, this is Ekayani Chamberlin, the health and lifestyle coach based out of Greenpoint, Brooklyn, with a little inspiration for you today. I always try and be inspiring, but there is a topic of conversation that came up yesterday, which really had me reflect and actually made me feel a little sad because of the fact I posted a picture of Carmen Della Orefice. She's an 82-year-old supermodel. She's been modeling since the age of 13, and she looks remarkable. She looks remarkable because this is someone who's been taking care of themselves assiduously for decades and is reaping the benefits of that by still working today. There was a beautiful picture of her on the cover of a new magazine where she's dressed all in black and her beautiful shock of gray hair is brushed over to the side, and she's just sitting pretty, and lithe, in shape at 82. Not inappropriately attired, but she looks fantastic. She has a lot of allure. So someone, made a comment that, obviously this was Photoshop. Well, I just want to point out that I'm 50 years old. I still model, and there's no Photoshop here. As a matter of fact, there's no facelift. See? There's no cut marks. There's no nothing. What there has been an assiduousness and a diligence to the taking care of my health on a daily basis for decades, because this is something that my grandfather, Bernando LaPallo, has modeled for me and instilled in me. And also observing how people suffer around me who don't take care of their health, who end up being afflicted by all kinds of unnecessary aches and pains and ailments, which really can be, eliminated, avoided. Of course, prevention is the best medicine, just by doing seemingly simple things on a regular basis, like getting enough sleep. Most people need a minimum of 6 to 7 hours of sleep a night, but you may need more. You may need 8 hours of sleep. You may need 9 hours of sleep. If you're a child growing, you certainly need more than that, because children grow at night. And in those growing years, they need adequate sleep to make sure that they don't have stunted growth and that their brains develop properly and they have enough energy to do the things that they need during the day. But ultimately, my point is this, is that the property of life, or the principle of life, is in fact regeneration. It is rejuvenation. And that really begins at a cellular level. The amazing thing about the universe and the way God created this planet, this universe, and our bodies, and the environment that we live in, is that everything is a reflection or a microcosm of something else. The Chinese talk about this. A microcosm of macrocosm. The human body is a microcosm of the macrocosm of the universe. And so you find the elements, you find the principles of life within the human body that you see reflected out in nature. Plants, water, earth, metal, what have you not. So the principle is that if you supply your body, your brain, your spirit with the appropriate and necessary nutrients that they need, the exercise that it needs, the rest that it needs, the principle of life, because it's based on a spiritual principle, and this is not something, woo-woo or strange or abstract, is that you will reproduce healthy cells. You will regenerate healthy cells. Another way of looking at that is to say that the body completely replaces all its cells every 7 years. Every 7 years, completely. Your skeletal system is completely replaced. Your skin, the skin on your face, you basically, shed your skin and rebuild new skin about every 28 to 30 days. So, if you're actually feeding your skin with omega-3 fatty acids, if vitamin C, last week I talked about grapefruit, it's good for your body in general and your immune system. It's also good for your skin. You get enough adequate sleep, also good for your skin. Stay away from the smoking, stay away from the drinking, and in my opinion, take quality nutritional supplements that will keep you feeling good and looking good, because your body has the ability to replenish itself. The cells also have a life cycle. They also reproduce. They also breathe. They also excrete. But if your body doesn't have the opportunity to actually move out and excrete the waste materials that are accumulated, through the stool, through the colon, through the urine, through sweat, that's going to accumulate, and it creates a toxic burden in the body, which then starts to manifest as different illnesses, inability to lose weight, etc. Now, about the toxic burden. The world that we live in today, particularly the United States, is certainly not the world that my grandfather, Bernando LaPallo, who's 112 years old today, grew up in, over 100 years ago. All you have to do is look at the news. The chemical spill in the Black Elk River in West Virginia, which has eliminated clean drinking water for over 300,000 people. What to speak of the animals and all the living entities living downstream for that? Or what about the coal dust from Virginia that spilled into the river to the tune of 82,000, something like 82,000 tons or pounds, just a ridiculous amount that has gone into the river, that is going downstream. Or Fukushima, the radiation, or the way that we've been farming in this country, using pesticides instead of using renewable resources, for example, like cow manure or composting. In other words, reusing the very things that life produces that then sheds at death to feed the cycle of life. We've created a very, very toxic situation for ourselves. So that's why I always emphasize and stress the importance of actually taking high quality nutritional supplements, as well as doing the other common sense and day-to-day things that you need to do, like eating plenty of fruits and vegetables, drinking adequate water, getting green tea, getting enough sleep, taking a daily walk at least, doing some form of regular exercise, doing some kind of meditation, some kind of quiet time, some kind of downtime on a regular basis. So the extra supplementation is there, for example, like a product like, for example, Hepicil Detox, which helps detoxify the liver. Because in a natural healthy state, the planet in a natural healthy state wouldn't produce these kinds of toxins that our poor liver was never designed to deal with. So when doctors say to you, so-called doctors say to you that what you eat and where you live and what you breathe has nothing to do with your health, it couldn't be further from the truth. In my opinion, they are not up to speed with the current situation on the planet. These things have to be looked at and they have to be taken into account. So, once again, don't have to be a supermodel per se, you don't even have to be a model. But if you want to model health and you want to model good looks, try using these simple principles. Try bearing in mind that we don't live in the same kind of a world that we lived in 25 years ago, 50 years ago, 75 years ago, 100 years ago. What to speak of 400 or 450 years ago, when settlers from Europe first even set foot on this continent. It's a vastly different picture. So be mindful of what you eat. Read those labels, educate yourself. There's a lot of good books out there that I've recommended lately. Wheat Belly by Dr. William M. Davis, Grain Brain by Dr. Perlmutter, The Iodine Crisis by Lynn Farrow. I would even recommend to you also another great book called The Healthy Home by Dave Wentz and Dr. Myron Wentz that go room by room in your home, so you can begin to identify what kind of toxins you might actually have in your own home that are affecting you, how you feel, and how your mood. So, in brief, at length, I really want to say that this nihilistic, fatalistic, apathetic attitude that we have no control over our health is really for the birds. We do. We are made from an intelligent designer. We live in a body that is intelligent design. We live in a body that does so many things automatically without even us having to think about it. Repairing our bodies when we sleep, breathing, thinking, moving. It's a miracle. It bears thinking about a little bit more deeply, marveling at, being grateful for, and realizing that since we are this body, although temporary, we're all going to have to die at some point, the quality of our life is what counts. The quality of our life can be improved when we go to our Mother Nature, and avail ourselves of all the miraculous things that she has left for us here on this earth to live a happy, healthy, productive life. So be kind to yourself. Enjoy your life, take care of yourself, take control, and understand that you have been blessed. This is Ekayani Chamberlin with The Living Connection, and I'll see you in the next edition. Thank you.